Hey, family.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually out here on my patio in like 90-degree weather in a hoodie because it's a hoodie kind of day. I did just want to come on camera and just talk to you guys really quick about just dealing with, that COVID-19 kind of thing, because YouTube be, playing out here. But I just wanted to touch on that and just kind of check in with you guys, give like a status update on myself. And I was just kind of in the mood to do it today, and I might even go get a workout. That's what this channel is about: lifestyle, motivation, and wellness. And wellness is something that's so important to me. So if you guys are interested in just hearing me talk and just being out here outside, then keep on watching. So yeah, y'all, this is about to be nice and intimate, very unscripted. I have no notes. I'm just gonna kind of just talk. Yeah, I really just wanted to record this video because I have felt a little cooped up, no pun intended, because we all have been cooped up for months at this point.
I just wanted to.
How we are processing the pandemic that's happening in the world right now, because I feel like a lot of us are so used to go, myself included, that it's like this held us down for a little bit, and then we got back on top of the horse after we decided we were done with the pandemic and tried to do things as normal. But what we have to realize is that what was normal, I feel like it's not going to be ever again, and we're going to have to adjust. We're going to have to really figure out what life looks like for you, for me. Hire me for all your electrical and plumbing needs. I was just really thinking that like life is going to be different, once we come out of this. And if you guys don't understand, pandemics like this that affect the world, a pandemic, they usually don't just come and go in a couple of months. They typically last for a very, very long time. Yeah, a lot of pandemics tend to last for years at a time. So with us being only a few months in, guys, get comfortable, figure out what life looks like moving forward, and just stay strong. And that's kind of what I just wanted to chat about today, is just staying strong and staying resilient, but also understanding that life is a constant, ever-changing, very malleable thing, and it's really important to be able to tune in to yourself and be able to reflect and to get comfortable with the idea that life as we knew it is going to change. And I think a lot of us may be struggling with that, or a lot of us probably aren't even acknowledging that something really large has happened here in our lifetime, and it's going to be something that's so important. Our children, God willing, are going to be reading about this in textbooks. So the first thing that comes to mind is just being mindful. And I know it's so hard for some people to really grasp what that is, but it's just being here, being still, being present. It's not an easy thing to do, y'all. It's not an easy thing to do, especially with the world that we live in. And we're, like I said, we're always like this, especially American culture. We're always go. We've gotten a little bit better in trying to talk about it, but especially in the Black community, we still are struggling with the idea of putting your mental health first. And I just want to say, guys, if you do not pour into yourself, you have nothing to give to nobody else. And I know y'all hear it. I know you hear it time and time again. And it's not something that you can just turn on and do, especially when you have a family that you just really have to keep going and showing up for. But if you don't take the time to sit and reflect and how it's personally affected you, it's going to come out in the worst way. It's going to come out in your marriage. It's going to come out in all your personal relationships. It's going to come out in your work. And you don't want to project what you're feeling and what you're experiencing on somebody else, especially if you cannot explain why you're feeling it. And you won't be able to explain it if you don't take the time to sit down and figure it out. You might not be okay. You really might be suppressing a whole bunch of emotions that are just waiting to bust at the seams, and they never come out at the right time. So get mindful, sit with yourself, Be okay with being alone. Normalize being alone and making that your time. That has been something else that has been really helpful for me, is leaning on the people who love me and allowing the people who want to love me to love me. And I know that sounds kind of crazy. I've just always been like, I can do for me, I can take care of myself, let me love you, but I don't know if you can love me, kind of thing. People want to love on us. People want to love on you. There is someone who just really adores you, and whether it's your energy, it's your vibe, it's the way you talk, it's the way you lead, it's the way you present yourself. You have no idea who's watching you, because on your weakest days, on your saddest days, on your darkest nights, when you just want to pick up the phone and cry to somebody, the person will be there. I don't know if they're coming over, because COVID is happening, and that's something I'm still working on. But the more and more I allow people to do that, and I practice what I'm preaching right now, I swear, y'all, it's been a game changer for me. And I just don't feel alone. And even though I choose to be alone, I'm not lonely. But on those lonely nights, I don't feel alone, because I know someone is just a phone call away or just a drive away. I know in my heart that I am loved, and I just have to be able to, we have to be able to be willing to sit and allow those people to do that. And that's not to say that if you don't hear from somebody during this time period, that you need to cut them off, because what we have to realize is we're not the only ones individually going through something. The entire world is going through something, and someone else's circumstances can be vastly different from your own. So to be very selfish of us to be like, well, I haven't heard from this person, so they must not love me. No, that person has their own situations too, and their own circumstances that they may be struggling a little bit more than you are actually to get through. And so maybe you should call them, maybe you should reach out to them, maybe you should send them a letter in the mail just to say thank you, and I hope you're doing okay, or I love you, or thinking of you, something simple like that. The third and last thing that's been probably the most helpful for me is hope and faith. Can the two go in the same sentence? Well, they are today. The idea that I have been through terrible things in my life, but here I am now, means terrible thing, all of this, Shenika in 2020. I made it through all of that. Whatever those hurdles were, whatever the struggles were, whatever the long nights full of tears were, I got through all of it, and I'm here, and I'm sane in my head, I'm healthy, I'm happy. I only see this as a little road bump. These difficult times that we're going through, we will get past them. So me knowing that has happened for me in the past, logically, all I can think of is this is going to happen again. I will get through this. Faith is because I can't see it, but my hope comes from me have seen it play out before in my life. One day I'm going to wake up and life will be a little less hectic. There's always going to be something crazy. There's always going to be something going on or something going wrong. But in the grand scheme of things, we're going to be okay. Maybe this might be a good time for you to sit with yourself and really realize, or maybe figure out how you process things like this, how you process trauma, because this is a very traumatic experience that we're going through right now. So if you don't know how you process trauma, this would be a really good time for you to get alone with yourself and just maybe get a journal. I keep a journal right here. Every morning, every night, I grab this journal and I go to town. And sometimes I'm just scribbling down words. Sometimes I'm scribbling down thoughts. Sometimes it's tears through that book on those pages, because sometimes I just can't speak. I don't have the words to say out of my mouth, because my mind is running on 100 at all times. Sometimes I don't want, to talk to another person, maybe because I'm embarrassed by my thoughts. I'm ashamed by what I'm thinking. Maybe I think he may not understand. So maybe get a journal. It allows you to be able to flip open a book and look back, and you can see how far you come. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, love on purpose. Share this with a friend if you think it may help, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.